So forte, I'm asking for like a medium.
Or mezzo. Exactly medium.
Yeah, sure. If you can go lower, going lower is great. But if I start seeing rim shots from up here, that's not mezzo. Nothing mezzo about that. These giant rim shots. Alright?
Is this good?
Well, it's about finding the balance point. So if you're ever not sure, find the balance point, and then make sure you have your fulcrum there. And then, yep. So that's what mine look like. They stick out just a tiny bit past my hand. My hands are a little bit bigger than yours, but there's, some leeway. Doesn't have to be exactly the same
Mine
spot.
stick out about a knuckle from my hand.
Yeah, it's about the same as mine. So, that's good. That's good. Alright. Okay.
Did I hit forte?
I had to warn you, but you didn't do it. You didn't cross into forte. You got close, but only at the very end.
That close.
Good job. Good. Okay.
Hi.
There was something. Oh, I started looking at your hand, and you realized that I was looking, so you creeped up. I was like, oh, all right. Good awareness. Yeah. I liked the fills. I actually thought the part that was going to kill you was the to keep that down while still keeping that even and consistent. That was the trickiest part, but I think you were able to do it. You were able to hang on to it. You want to know a trick?
What?
One of the easiest things you can do to decrease volume on your hi-hat is you just move up here. Instead of I was swinging it just as hard, but could you hear the difference in volume? Big difference just by doing the tip instead of the shank. So that's a little tip for you too. That's why like Bernard Purdy and those guys that play stuff that's real down low, he uses the tip on the hi-hat. Right. Someone who's slamming needs to use the shank. But if you're playing soft, you don't need it. Okay. So that's all the Rachel stuff.
That
I think the ending to Just a Girl could be a little more clean. It seems like we were kind of flailing. I don't know if that had to do with the volume. Does that is that normally pretty clean? Oh
yes,
no. Okay.
it always is.
Okay, then I'll tell you what. I'm gonna back it up. We're gonna go to the end.
And
I don't want you to go heavy, like go harder.
Double four.
But you can play whatever volume is comfortable for you. Be comfortable. Don't slam, but be comfortable.
Okay.
Okay? And I want to hear how it sounds when you're comfortable. Okay, I'm going to back it up just a little bit.
Better, trust me.
Okay. Before you start, let me make sure I got a good spot. Hold on. Okay. So the part that got a little bit weird for me is when you went up to the tom here. And then ding. The ding at the end is very nice, but a lot of what else is going on there feels a little bit rocky.
Like
the beginning of the slowdown was very nice. You slosh the hat. You add a couple little snare accents in between.
But when the drummer comes up with the toms, he goes.
Okay.
He comes to the hi-hat. Yep, I've heard it.
He doesn't jaggedly slow it down. He retards on it.
How about let me hear the recording without anybody playing?
Yeah. But for the first tom part, not to the ding, he goes.
I think that first one that you're hearing, I'm thinking that's a bass drum. He's just doing a double.
Hold on. Let me try to play it again.
The cleanest one that I've heard. If you played it like that, I think it would be okay, but so far none of them have sounded quite like that one did. Okay? And that's not just because I've now heard how the recording does it. That one was actually, I could follow your slowdown. Okay?
It was better, not
One more
jagged.
time. One more time. A lot of them prior to now have been jagged though. Before that was a little bit cleaner. So I would recommend practicing that a lot, okay? Because I think that's probably the only part in here that's not particularly clean. Yes. A couple of those when you add the extra little snares, sometimes those can be a little bit choppy too. So those probably also need a little bit of work. I think the vocals were doing it at one point, and you were emulating it on the snare. Give me a sec. Don't play it.
I know what you're talking about. He's on the ride.
Yeah, that. that cha cha cha. So you were adding those cha cha cha. So those are nice. The fact that that's what's going on there, and you heard it, and you're doing something to make that sound better.
He pointed that out. He said I should do that.
Well, it's neat. It's neat. It's neat. So yeah, I definitely liked that as well. But yeah, those are probably the only real messy things left, or making sure to kind of clean up those little cha-chas that you do, and then just make sure that the ending is tight. Even if you don't play exactly like the recording, if you have to ditch the tom thing and you got to just do something else, it's better to be clean and with the band than just play it exactly like the recording. Something like that. Super simple. You don't have any of these on the tom. But, you know, it's clean. And it would be better to be clean than to be almost correct. Okay? All right. So I've heard all three of them. I'm happy with that. One of the things, you were kind of messing with it because you didn't want to pull the brushes back out, but that's actually something that I've seen a lot. I was just at a jazz festival last week with my school, and the drummer, there was one part where he had to get super, super mega soft because it was a flute solo. And you can't step on a flute solo or a bass solo. You gotta be real soft for those. And he just used his hands. So, yeah, so to do that kind of thing.
I just did it one hand.
But I'm saying it could be a whole gimmick. Then you don't have to try to jump back and forth. You can do it that way.
But I have to hold my sticks. Like, when that's like super fast and it goes down to that, and then like
so you can either have a holder, or you can tuck them under your arm, you can tuck them under your leg. You got all kinds of options that you can do.
I was gonna hold them like this, so then I come here.
Okay, I'm just thinking that moving it one hand is bound to be less clean than if you were doing it with two hands. But it is pretty slow, so I think you probably could. Where is it? It's here, right? Yeah. I didn't have my headphone on because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my thought is if you have to get back that fast, ditch it. And then just ditch this if you need to. Whatever you gotta let go of in order to make that happen.
You can probably do it with your foot.
It takes too long. Just ditch it.
Cross your sticks, dude. No, make your sticks across so it's easier just to grab it. Like hold it between your first finger.
Watch. He's talking about like this.
Oh yeah. So you're holding it just go like this.
That might happen.
Or since you're gonna have your ring on your hi-hat, just stomp it. It's gonna ring it.
That at all. For two, here's something cool. We don't do this very often, but
oh yeah.
You can do it with your foot. How it looks more when you're doing it with your hands rather than doing it with your foot the whole time. But doing the foot on the last one is a good way to move your hands.
Or I can do.
But you could also just do it on your foot the whole time.
Just
when
do
you
your
go
last
to do
one
something
over.
like that, you treat it like so like you're touching something that's hot. You press it and get off of it real quick. I think that's neat. I like that idea. I just watched a jazz player at the festival doing that, and I thought it was cool. Okay. We started at like 4:15, didn't we?
Something like that.
Yeah. So we'll go a couple more minutes, but that'll give me a little extra time to get over to Wyatt's house.
Yeah, no worries.